I'm calling it right now. Football Manager is the greatest storyteller since Shakespeare. He couldn't make a better version of how the end of this season is going. 1 year, almost to the day, after being the hero of Blackpool and getting them promoted out of League Two after less than 6 months in the job. We're now 2 games away from the end of the season. I've obviously left Blackpool, now Plymouth manager, and we're in the situation where there's 2 games left this season. Blackpool are 6 points away from safety. We're the team they're 6 points away from. Our goal differences are almost level, and our next game is away against Blackpool. There's a team between us who are only 3 points behind us. So if we go to Blackpool and do anything but beat them, we can get dragged into the relegation zone. If we go there and they do anything but win, I'm relegating Blackpool a year after we got them promoted. There's no everyone's happy outcome to this. And it's well played, Football Manager, well played. Hello and welcome to Season 10, Episode 3 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we return to our old stomping ground of Blackpool, and as I have explained in the intro, goodness me, is this a horrible situation to be in. So this is it, all laid out in front of you. We're on 50 points, which is supposed to be safety. We shouldn't still be messing around with this, but on 50 points, with 2 games left, we're only 3 points clear of Stevenage. Our goal difference is better than theirs, so hopefully we're not going to get dragged back into it. A win against Blackpool today would be amazing and it will be enough to secure safety for us, but it will relegate them. They're 1 goal behind us on goal difference, but if they beat us, they go into the last game of the season 3 points behind us with a better goal difference, and they have a chance of dragging us in and saving themselves at our expense, which is probably about the sweetest possible outcome for the Blackpool board. Which I don't know if I've mentioned before. I have some opinions on them, but I really can't be bothered to cut the video right now, so I won't tell you exactly what I think of them. But that's the situation we're in, and we're in that situation because our last 2 games have been complete bobbins. We went away to Portsmouth and lost 1-0. That wasn't awful, but then this match, a 6-3 defeat at home to Millwall. Declan Davison has just won League One Player of the Month. He's got 7 goals in 4 games. In the last month. He is doing everything he can to keep us up, but when the rest of the team is so terrible, I don't know what else the man can do, but it's so frustrating. We had more clear-cut chances than Millwall, and it was only like 2 against their 1. Both defences and goalkeepers were awful. Oh, tell me that's not Adam Jackson. Oh, I didn't even notice that at the time. Oh, Adam, what are you doing to me? You used to play for Plymouth as well. Oh, I'm really quite sad now. Adam Jackson ruined us. We did let Davison score a hat-trick, but that game was just stupid. We were 4-0 down at half-time. We thought it was all over. We got back to 4-3, all thanks to Davison. He basically did it all on his own. And then we just gave up in the last 10 minutes and conceded 2 more goals. It was a stupid, stupid game, and I'm certain it's the match engine setting us up for this massive, high-pressure end to the season where we have to go to Blackpool. If we win, we stay up, they go down. If we lose, we might go down, they might stay up. Stupid game. Right, this is the team that we're going to be putting out there to just... we just got to beat them. Let's beat Blackpool. We've presided over enough Blackpool defeats this season. You'd think if anyone's an expert in losing games for Blackpool, it would be me. So hopefully we can mastermind 1 more. We've got Curry in goal, a back 4 of Smith, Jeffrey, Jordan and Nyambi, with Fisher, Kerr and Ollie in midfield, Russo in behind, Hunter and Davison. Hunter's playing because Tom Hopper has picked up an injury. He's going to be out just for this game. Should be back for the final day of the season. I don't think you've met Ashley Hunter yet. He has scored a few goals this season. None of them were for me. I didn't really notice that this lad existed. He's our best right winger. He's all right as a striker. He's come off the bench a couple of times, but he's nothing special, and he's certainly not performed for me, as you can see by those ratings for the last couple of games. But fingers crossed today's going to be the day for him. I can't believe Adam Jackson was in that Millwall team. It's gutting. I guess we're going to come up against, what's his face? T'other one, Tom Anderson today, who we signed for Blackpool earlier in the season. Yes, the lads are focused. Ashley Hunter, yeah, he's going to score today. Both teams, we want it. Of course, we want it more than they do. It's been 14 days. We've had plenty of time to be prepared. There you go, extra prepared. And there you go. There's the other half of our League One title-winning back four. Tom Anderson, we come up against him today. I mean, that's basically my team still. They haven't really made any... Well, they've signed 2 strikers. I don't know who either of them are. So they've fixed the big problem that we had. But everyone else, we know how good Kato and Deli Bashiro can be together. And we know how poor this back five as a unit can be. So fingers crossed Davison can exploit them. And we can come out of this with a win. I guess the wild card is those 2 new strikers that they've got. Because if they're any good, then our defence is just as watertight. It's almost as if these are 2 teams designed by Kev. And teams designed by Kev are good going forward, terrible at the back. Oh, what a goal from Fisher with 8 minutes on the clock. Sean Fisher with his first ever goal for Plymouth. If he's capable of doing that, why is that his first ever goal? Why is he not doing this all the time? This is as good as that Leyton Orient goal from, was it yesterday? Let's have a look at this in 3D. So Fisher picks it up in loads of space. We've seen Blackpool create that much space for opposition attackers so many times this season, and they haven't let us down today. Loads of space, great finish, and now we're knocking the ball around nicely, and Hunter has scored after 12 minutes. There you go. Apparently it works for either side. If you name the player before the match, they go out there and score a goal. Davison with the cross, Hunter with the easiest of easy finishes. Oh, I remember this Blackpool defence, but I've never enjoyed it as much as I am today. I mean, you've got to remember, this isn't just... Oh, hang about. That's one of the new strikers, Paul O'Donnell. That's his 6th goal of the season. Well, that's... I hope he's not any good. That's really lunging. I guess that was Smith with the last minute lunge. Curry's not a very good goalkeeper. That's an urgent thing that we need to sort out over the summer, which has been the theme of the last 5 or 6 seasons of this save. Need to buy a goalkeeper in the summer. Goalkeepers are just broken on Football Manager this year. They're going to score again. Oh, that would have been horrible. I was getting my saving Plymouth speech ready when that goal went in. I think it's probably a little premature to do it now, especially as Blackpool are on the attack again. We haven't seen much of Davison yet today, although he's got the chance to be in here. McDonald, we know he's old and slow, but I don't think that message got through to Davison because he didn't put him under any pressure there. Fisher picks the ball up in midfield, finds Ollie. We need some of this crisp passing that we've become known for. Nyambi with the cross. Hunter nods down. Davison is there, but can't get enough on it. And Davis makes the save, despite being useless. And Blackpool are now on the attack again. The other new boy crosses to the first new boy who gets his 2nd goal of the game. And we've just been dragged back into the relegation spots because I guess whoever was below us has gone ahead in their game. He's 20th. Actually, we might not be. I think we're just 1 above relegation spots again. This still isn't enough for Blackpool. They need to beat us to have any chance of staying up. But a draw isn't massively useful for us. Although, actually, looking at this, if everything finishes as it is right now, we are safe. Ollie really should have scored. But yeah, we're 4 points clear of Cambridge with 1 game to go. So this will be okay. But we're obviously right on the edge of Blackpool could score at any moment, and so could we. This is proper end-to-end stuff. It's like a playoff game. They've not got anyone forward. Awesome. Right, it looks like we're going into half-time. I see now Stevenage are putting a little bit of pressure on. They've gone ahead in their game. So now this isn't enough to make us safe today. We'll still be safe-ish if everything ends as it is. Because if I recall, our goal difference is much better than Stevenage's. And they've just dropped back again in their game. So the gap becomes... And now but they're back again. Goodness sake, the Stevenage game is annoying me. I'm worried more about that one than this one. We just need... Let's score and have a couple of goals and relegate Blackpool. Show the board what they're missing. Oh, it'll be sweet if we can manage to pull this off. Right, we're going to bring Coxall on to play as the central midfielder. Murphy comes on to play in behind the strikers. Murphy is too good for us, but he's a winger, so he doesn't play very often. Smith with a great challenge there. Davison still been very, very quiet today, but Murphy can play him in here. He elects to put Hunter on the ball. Now Ollie out to Nyambi, who can't cross. Jordan picks up the clearance. It's to Ollie. Nyambi again to Jordan. Coxall, Murphy. This is that short passing again that we've become known for. Davison, and there's the goal, and I've just knocked a mug off my table. And that goal could be so very important. With 20 minutes left on the clock, we've gone ahead in this game. If everything ends as it is, we're safe and Blackpool are down. What a finish from Davison as well. That's his 8th goal in 5 games. More than anyone else in this team, he wants to be playing League One football next year. And that shoots us up the table as well. Dragging Birmingham back down below us. But Blackpool attack again. But that was just wasteful. Smith, for some reason, decided to keep it in. But it looks like it might come off because Davison picks a ball up out wide. Fisher's now on the attack and we've got men in the area. Murphy's there, makes it 4-2. Surely that is that. Billy Murphy, on loan from Fulham, grabs the goal. Told you he was good. He just doesn't fit into our system. But that all came back from that Smith seeming nonsense when he kept the ball in way back there. I'm pointing at my screen. I need a camera behind me so you can see where I'm pointing. But he kept the ball in for no reason at all. But that little bit of extra effort led to that counter-attack and it ended brilliantly. So all credit goes to Smith for that one. And now Nyambi with the chance to cross again. He finds Davison. It's 5. We've ruined Blackpool's day. We have gone from being the hero of Blackpool a year ago to the we've relegated him. I can't think of any comment. I didn't have a pre-prepared soundbite, which makes me a gosh darned poor commentator, if you ask me. Should have had the soundbite prepared. I need to make notes and stick them to my monitor in future. Right, we've still got the same problem that we've been having for ages, where we've just got wingers on the bench. We can't bring Kelly on because I'm not taking Smith off because of how instrumental he was in that goal that really just let us run away with it. In fact, we're not going to make a change. We'll just leave it as it is. The lads who are on there are doing excellently. Lorenzo's on. I remember Lorenzo. And McJanet's just pulled one back for Blackpool. Surely they're not getting back into this. It has got shades of Millwall with late goals starting to go in. I mean, they're all Kev players there. Lorenzo's corner nodded down by Tom Anderson, ex-players, doing me over again. And McJanet with the finish. Surely they've not got time for 2 more though. Nyambi intercepts. That's a wild clearance and Sana picks it up. McDonnell is in again looking for his hat-trick, but it's a good save from Curry. But Blackpool have a corner with 3 minutes left on the clock. They need 3 goals in that time to be safe. Well, to have any chance of staying safe. They're not going to get them. And Curry collects up again from there. As it stands, we are safe. They are down. They're actually bottom of the league again. I do feel a little bit bad. They don't... Actually, no, they do deserve to finish bottom. They should have given me some money to spend. It's a terrible mid-table League One team that overperformed last season. And they should be going back down and we shouldn't have conceded 3 goals to them. But none of that matters. We're safe. They're relegated. And now we just need to go into that last game of the season against Ebbsfleet and do what I need to calm down. Oh, let's have the confirmations then. So, yeah, we've survived. It doesn't... There you go. Plymouth avoid relegation. It doesn't say Blackpool are down, but we know they are. We can do maths. And that is that. Right, let's go and play Ebbsfleet. Right, final day of the season then. We've just made a couple of changes from the team that played against Blackpool last week. Kerr comes back into the back 4. Potts comes back into midfield. Other than that, we're unchanged, mainly because there's no strength in depth. We don't have much in the way of any other players. We're just really hoping for a good performance on the last day of the season. Not that we really care. Don't tell the board we're not really bothered today. A win would be nice. Not least of which because it could put us above Cristiano Ronaldo's Leyton Orient, who are sat there in 18th place, 1 point ahead of us. And we've already relegated Blackpool. There would be a little bit of satisfaction if we can end up finishing above Orient as well. Looking at league table as well, Southend have had a massive charge up the league since I last paid attention to the top half of the league. And Posh have plummeted. They were up in second place at one point, and Southend were down in a relegation battle with us when we were back at Blackpool. But Southend are on the verge of a playoff spot, and Posh have fallen back into mid-table. How very odd. The game seems to be obliging with a no highlights first half. It realises all the excitement for today has been and gone. We don't need to worry about what happens in this game. It'd be nice to see Davison score yet another goal. There must be records he's close to setting or breaking or whatever he might be doing for just goals in a 6-game period. There you go, we've conceded. Who cares? Look, we're so far ahead of Stevenage that we don't need to worry. It would have been nice to go above Orient though. So there's that. We've got a nice ground. I've been looking at this in real life as well. I don't want to I don't want to get too excited and too ahead of myself, but I think we've got a decent setup here at Plymouth. Look, we've got nearly 11,000 people in the ground today when we've been trash and this game means nothing. We've got a nice all-seater ground. We've got secure finances. I think we could have some fun with this team. I think we might be here for a few years. I think we're due a long run at a team again. We've not really been settled anywhere since Southend. And I think, at the very least, we need to establish Plymouth as a championship team. Maybe even, if there is enough infrastructure in place, we might even be able to flirt with a season in the Premier League before moving on. I think this needs to be the team that we stay with until a Premier League job is offered, or this becomes a Premier League job. That's the plan, I think. I don't know. We'll see. I'm enjoying myself. I like Plymouth. The green kit's a bit of a problem because I've got my How to Be a Football Manager YouTuber thumbnails. They're green. Because I thought, what colour thumbnail am I safe to use? Because I'll never manage a club who play in that colour. And I thought, green. There aren't any clubs who play in green, surely. And now we're going to have 5 seasons at Green United. Right, Niambi's not any good today. We'll bring Jeffrey on. Davison's come off as well because he's not playing very well either. Switch them over? No, just leave them like that. It'd be nice to grab a winner. How are Orient doing? A winner does put us above Orient. So there is a little bit of a motivating factor just for me. The players won't care. They've done what we set out to do when I arrived. That's all they're bothered about. But from a personal point of view, and I've made this clear to them in my half-time team talk, we need to prove once and for all that I'm better than Cristiano Ronaldo in every way. That's starting to feel like a t-shirt. Better than Cristiano Ronaldo in every way. Oh, remind me about that. If we get 10 of you saying in the comments you'd buy that shirt, we'll make that shirt. And I'll wear one myself whenever I do a Q&A. There's a promise for you. Oh, but I do feel like... And of course it only counts if we finish above them, because otherwise the shirt would be a lie. And I can't parade around in a shirt that's covered in lies. Let's bring Murphy on. Go on, you scored an important goal in the last game. Grab another important one here. There's merchandise sales on the line here, man. Goodness me. It's not going to happen, is it? No, they're going to... No, we are, unfortunately, only better than Cristiano Ronaldo in most of the ways. But he is maybe a better football manager than I am. Of course, next season will be the true judge of that statement, though. Right, that is the end of this season. I'm not going to do the normal end of season recap, look at the players things. We've only been here for 10 games. It's fairly meaningless. I don't know a lot of their names yet. The important thing is, if we have a look at that League One table, we have survived, albeit in 20th place, but we are 6 points clear. Declan Davison finished second on the top goal scorers chart, and he was nowhere on that when I first arrived. So I hope he's not out of contract or anything. No, he's not. Good. He is going to be a superstar for us next year. He's going to be top scorer in this league next year. Guarantee it. But other than that, we just need to go out and bring in some players in key positions. We need a little bit of strength in depth. That wage thing's a bit weird. Committed. I've obviously got a lot of players out of contract. I need to have a proper look at this squad. I've deliberately not looked too much so far because I didn't want to scare myself. But now we start to plan for the future. We're planning for a promotion next year. That's what we're planning for. We've won this league before. We're going up as champions once again. But that's going to take place in 2 days' time. Not the champions thing. I'm not going to play the whole season in 2 days. But tomorrow's video isn't going to be a normal Non-League to Legend episode. It's going to be a Non-League to Legend special where, because we're now at the end of the 10th season of the game, we're going to just go back and have a look at the wider footballing world 10 years into the future. So we're going to have a look through certainly all the English leagues. We'll probably have a brief look at the top divisions of all the other countries that we've got loaded. We'll see who's been winning Champions Leagues and World Cups and all that kind of thing. So I'm recording it right now when I'm done. So unfortunately, I haven't got time to take requests. But if I miss anyone out when we do the video, make sure you leave the requests on there for next time. And we'll perhaps do this every 5 seasons now we've gone a decent length into the future, and just keep you updated with how the footballing world is changing and see if we can spot this season's Bolton, who plummeted out of the playable leagues last year by about 12 seasons in. If you've enjoyed that, and how could you not enjoy relegating the team that ruined us and surviving in the league ourselves? So I think we deserve a like on this one. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and thank you very much for watching.